Good morning. So it's like I'm Dr. Arun, and I'm going to give you a brief stint about the service-oriented architecture. So what is SOA? It's an architecture for building the business application. So it's a set of loosely coupled black box components, which is orchestrated to deliver a well-defined level of service by linking together the business process. And you can see these are the traditional application. Everything is integrated into a single setup. And you could see the radios and all the stuff being integrated into the single stuff. And what happens if you want to add the components, like you want to double a cassette or a CD player or a digital radio, what can be that? So we have to change the whole world, the setup has to change, you can make up. And with modular application, there is each part is independent. Like you will see, these are the different independent components, like the speakers or different kinds of arrangements. And also you got doubling up with the amplifier and the DVD. And you want to add a CD player. So all these stuff is possible through an SOA. So it's like there's an approach which is needed that helps to remain scalable and flexibly growing, that helps to bridge the business ID gap. And yeah, speaking about the architecture, the fundamental organization of the system embodied components to each other, and the environment is guiding its design and evaluation. The architect, the person, team, or organization responsible for designing the system's architecture. And what is the software architecture? The software architecture of program and computing is a depiction of the system. So what it does, it serves as a blueprint, and also the primary carrier and artifact, and also the set of structures and the documentation of the system. And yeah, this is your SOA, how it looks. The people, the process, the platform, and the practice. This is how the nutshell comes. And yes, there are three important things: the services, the infrastructure, the policies, and the process. The services, it's a one-hand represented self-contained business functionalities. And speaking about the infrastructure, it's called as the ESB, the Enterprise Service Bus. And the policies and process deals with the kind of the heterogeneous systems, distributed systems and other stuff. So it's like the fundamentals includes the what has been service oriented existed for some time, the approach which is required to solve a large problem, and this approach transfers the technology and automation of solutions. And yes, this is how the analogy looks. The companies are service oriented and they can be used by multiple customers. And the service oriented composition, like the definition of the software services aligns with the business. That is, it's like you could see it's a smooth composition, and it provides such as providing ATM and web services for the banking things. And the architecture, yes, it's a term that represents a model in which automation logic, what you have is you have the bigger things and it has been decomposed into smaller distinct units. Yes, and these units comprise a large business automation logic individually. So this can be distributed. And the service oriented, it's like they encourage individual units to exist autonomous. They provide an autonomous solution. Okay, so they can work on autonomous. And how this communicate? Yes, you could see here. After service sends a message, loses controls. It will send, you could see two blocks, service A and B, and you'll have a service governing message and the service descriptor. And yes, there is a question, why SOA? Like the necessity of SOA, it's a kind of heterogeneous cross-platform, and it is also reusable at the microservice level. And the interconnection to and off is good. Its granularity and modularity is composability, componentization, and compliance with also industry standards. And next comes the benefit purpose of SOA. That is the new products or process that you execute. The flexible systems, literally, they're not a big obstacle to changing and rapid evolution of process. And also, they help in solving complex integration problems. Divider of the project. Also, what it does is the divider of the project into smaller components that can be done independently is simple, and control of progress, interconnection, and connecting to other systems is a dominant approach. And yes, still the benefits. System can meet the requirements of users. The problems of data transfer between systems is solved with integration. Complexity of the system. It doesn't expose the complexity of the systems. Enterprise architectures believe that SOA help the business. The response is faster. And the style of architecture uses reusability. You can use it at any level. So this is how they started. Thank you. Thank you so much.